Hey there, I'm Sonali Gupta Verma, and welcome to my podcast 10 Things I Wish I Knew When I Was 20. It's amazing how I decided to do this podcast in the year 2020, being the single year that has taught us more lessons than we could have ever learned in all the years put together. If you actually research, the COVID 19 has actually been less damaging compared to the earlier flus that have hit this planet. This year, we were better informed, better equipped, and better prepared than ever before. So it is actually something we need to be grateful for. The worst has actually gone. Now our safety is in our own hands. Being aware, being cautious, and being responsible is the way forward. I hope that all of you have been doing tremendously well too and taking all the care that you can during these festivities. Having said that, let's get back to this episode. It's been a while, and I think I've only been talking about success. But really, what one wants to be aware of is habits, patterns, and thoughts that actually take us down. All the little habits that make the perfect recipe for disaster and failure. And it wasn't too long that I could come up with a few that we tend to overlook in our day to day lives. We completely overlook and neglect the impact of this habit on our mindset and growth graph. Can you think of one habit that has been holding you back? Well, let's see if this one is on the list. This is giving up too soon in life. I know many people who say, I will try this for a year, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll go to a plan B. I don't know any person who has ever been a success with this attitude. Okay, just think about it for a minute. You have a little baby, and usually kids start walking between the age of 1 and 2. If your child doesn't walk till 2, will you give up and say, oh, my child is never going to walk, so let's forget it, let's stop trying? Any venture or a business or a new project is like a little baby. Some take off early, some take off late. Let me tell you a real story. Many decades ago, people in the United States of America started digging mines in the hope of finding gold. Many started to make big fortunes, and others started following the same path in the hope of finding their own fortune. A man decided to pursue his dream and find his own gold mine. Now, he found a perfect mining area in the west coast and he started digging. As he dug, he found some ore that made him a small fortune. But he knew he needed the drilling equipment to dig deeper. So he went back to his hometown and he collected funds from his family and relatives and once again set out, and this time he was all set to find the bigger chunk of gold. He and his nephew kept digging and digging, and soon they hit a dead end. They couldn't find the vein of the mine. After a few days, they simply gave up, thinking it was a waste of time. So they sold their drilling equipment to a junk man. Now, this junk man was smart. What did he do? He got an engineering to the site and asked him to take a look at the mine. The engineer said the people who were digging earlier were probably not aware of something called a fault line. He said, if you dig just 3 meters from here, you will find the vein of the gold mine. And that is exactly what happened. The junk man dug exactly 3 meters deep and found the gold mine. And it turned out to be the richest gold mine in America. The men before him gave up when they were just 3 meters away. That's exactly what happens to most of us in our lives. It's usually the darkest before the sunrise. Just holding on, that little extra, can take you further than you ever imagined. We live in a world where we are constantly looking out for instant success, instant money, instant recognition, and this becomes a reason why many people become floaters. I like to call them floaters because they keep floating, trying new things that are trending, following new patterns that are trending every now and then, and never make it big in life. Doing well in any endeavor requires commitment, unwavering focus, determination, and will. So, why do people give up so early? This brings us to our next reason, but I would like to talk about it in detail in my next podcast. So, for today, simply look back. Look back at the number of times you gave up too soon. Probably if you would have kept going, given it a few more days, tried to consult with an expert before giving up. you could have been a success. You could have made it big. So I hope this is not a habit that has been holding you back from achieving your success and dreams. Awareness is the first step towards progress. If you're not aware of the problem, you can never fix it. So chase your dreams with confidence and self belief. Don't let the trends, people influence you and get the best of you. Initially, they will all ask you, why are you doing this? But when you succeed, they will all ask you how you did this. With this, we come to the end of this podcast. Do let me know what you think about these little chunks of information. I always love to see your comments, your feedback, and your support keeps me going. So it's time for me to bid farewell. Thank you so much once again for joining me. You are my legends, and here's hoping that you have fantastic season of festivities ahead. Be safe and take good care of yourself. Till we meet next time, be good and do good.